Want to know the secret to earning genuine respect from men? It's not about changing who you are but embracing 10 simple yet powerful rules. Stick around to discover how these principles can transform your relationships and self-confidence. 1. Confidence is key. Confidence is the foundation of respect. Men are naturally drawn to women who exude self-assurance because it signals strength and independence. Confidence doesn't mean being loud or overpowering. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, embracing your flaws and standing tall even in the face of challenges. For example, imagine walking into a room full of people and owning your presence, not by trying to be the center of attention, but by radiating calm and self-assured energy. Men respect women who don't seek validation from others but instead know their worth intrinsically. Confidence also plays a significant role in decision-making. When you make choices based on what's right for you, rather than succumbing to external pressures, it sets a powerful precedent. Whether it's in your career, personal life, or relationships, being confident in who you are and the decisions you make shows that you value yourself, and others will follow suit. 2. Set boundaries. Setting boundaries is one of the clearest signs of self-respect, and men deeply admire women who aren't afraid to enforce them. Boundaries define what you will and won't accept in relationships, work, and life. They're not about keeping people out but about protecting your peace, energy, and values. For example, let's say you're in a relationship and your partner consistently cancels plans last minute. Instead of brushing it off or silently resenting it, setting a boundary might involve expressing how their actions affect you and making it clear that your time is valuable. A respectful man will take note and adjust because he understands that boundaries aren't about controlling him, they're about respecting yourself. Boundaries are just as important in friendships and professional settings. If a colleague always offloads their tasks onto you, being firm yet polite in declining shows that you value your work-life balance. Similarly, saying no to social obligations when you're exhausted sends a powerful message that you prioritize your well-being over pleasing others. What makes boundaries truly impactful is the consistency in enforcing them. When you stick to your principles, you teach others how to treat you. Men in particular respect women who demonstrate this strength because it shows emotional intelligence and self-awareness, traits that are foundational for any healthy relationship. 3. Respect yourself first. Respect begins within. Men are naturally drawn to women who prioritize self-respect because it sets the tone for how others should treat them. When you respect yourself, you establish a standard of care and behavior that others must meet to be part of your life. Self-respect means recognizing your worth, refusing to settle for less than you deserve, and making choices that align with your values. For instance, a woman who respects herself will walk away from a toxic relationship, even if it's difficult. She knows that staying in such a situation will only harm her mental and emotional health. This level of self-awareness and strength is incredibly admirable. It's also about how you treat yourself daily. Are you prioritizing your physical and mental health? Are you setting aside time to grow, learn, and pursue your passions? For example, if you take care of your body by exercising and eating well, you're sending a message to the world, and to yourself, that you value your health and well-being. Another important aspect of self-respect is not seeking validation from others. When you respect yourself, you don't need constant approval to feel good about who you are. Men find this independence attractive because it shows that your happiness doesn't depend on anyone else. In relationships, self-respect ensures you don't lose yourself while trying to please your partner. It allows you to maintain your identity, pursue your goals, and grow as an individual. Men deeply respect women who have their own lives, ambitions, and passions because it shows they are complete on their own. 4. Communicate effectively. Effective communication is a cornerstone of any healthy relationship, and men deeply respect women who know how to express themselves with clarity and confidence. Communication isn't just about talking, it's about listening, understanding, and finding common ground. It's a skill that fosters mutual respect and trust. Imagine you're upset about something your partner did. Instead of bottling up your feelings or expressing them through anger or passive aggression, effective communication involves calmly explaining how their actions made you feel. For example, saying, "When you forgot our plans, I felt unimportant," is far more productive than accusing or shouting. It opens the door for understanding and resolution rather than conflict. Men respect this approach because it shows emotional maturity and self-control. It takes strength to address issues directly yet respectfully, and this demonstrates that you value both yourself and the relationship enough to work through challenges constructively. Listening is equally important. Communication is a two-way street, and being an active listener shows that you respect the other person's thoughts and feelings. For instance, if your partner shares a concern, give them your full attention, avoid interrupting, and acknowledge their perspective. Men respect women who listen without judgment because it creates a safe space for honesty and vulnerability. Effective communication also involves setting expectations early on. Whether it's in dating, friendships, or work relationships, clearly articulating your needs and boundaries avoids misunderstandings and ensures mutual respect. For example, if you value spending quality time together, let your partner know instead of assuming they'll figure it out. Ultimately, men respect women who communicate openly because it creates a foundation of trust. They admire the courage it takes to be honest, even when it's uncomfortable, and they value the effort to nurture the relationship through understanding and collaboration. 5. Be authentic. Authenticity is magnetic. Men deeply respect women who are unapologetically themselves because it shows confidence, self-awareness, and integrity. Being authentic means embracing your true self, your values, quirks, strengths, and imperfections, and living in alignment with who you are, rather than conforming to others' expectations. For example, think about how refreshing it is to meet someone who doesn't pretend to like something just to fit in. Imagine a woman confidently sharing her love for a niche hobby, like stargazing or painting miniatures, even if it's not popular. Men respect this because it shows she isn't afraid to stand out and be unique. Authenticity also shines through in how you handle relationships. A woman who is authentic doesn't play games or pretend to be someone she's not to impress a partner. She's honest about her feelings, clear about her intentions, and consistent in her behavior. This level of honesty and transparency is incredibly attractive because it fosters trust and stability. In contrast, trying to mask your true self or constantly seeking approval can create insecurity in relationships. For instance, if you agree to things you don't truly want or hide your opinions to avoid conflict, it not only compromises your authenticity but also prevents others from genuinely connecting with you. Men deeply respect women who are honest about their wants and needs because it allows for real, meaningful relationships. Authenticity also means embracing vulnerability. It's okay to admit when you're struggling or when you've made a mistake. Men respect women who can own their flaws and learn from them rather than trying to appear perfect. This openness creates a connection based on mutual understanding rather than unrealistic expectations. In essence, authenticity is about showing up as your full self, not a curated version of what you think others want to see. Men respect this because it takes courage to be real in a world that often pressures people to conform. By being authentic, you not only attract genuine respect but also form deeper and more meaningful connections. 6. Show empathy and kindness. Empathy and kindness are powerful traits that men deeply respect because they reflect emotional intelligence and a compassionate heart. These qualities are about understanding others' feelings, putting yourself in their shoes, and responding with care. For instance, imagine your partner is stressed after a long day at work. Instead of dismissing their feelings or immediately offering solutions, showing empathy involves listening to them, acknowledging their struggles, and simply being present. A response like, "I can see this has been really tough for you. Let me know how I can help," communicates that you value their emotions and are there to support them. Kindness goes beyond grand gestures. It's in the small, thoughtful actions. A simple thank you for something they've done, a compliment, or even surprising them with their favorite snack shows you appreciate and value them. Men respect women who are kind because it demonstrates warmth and a nurturing nature, traits that build trust and make relationships thrive. Empathy and kindness aren't just about how you treat others. They also extend to how you handle disagreements. For example, instead of reacting with anger or blame during a conflict, approaching the situation with understanding and a willingness to find common ground shows emotional maturity. Men respect this because it reflects your ability to prioritize the relationship over the need to win an argument. Ultimately, being empathetic and kind doesn't mean being a pushover or sacrificing your own needs. It's about balancing strength with compassion, showing care for others while maintaining your self-respect. Men admire this balance because it creates a safe and loving environment where both partners can thrive. 7. Pursue your goals. Ambition and a sense of purpose are incredibly attractive traits. Men deeply respect women who have their own goals and work tirelessly to achieve them. When you're passionate about your dreams, whether it's advancing your career, mastering a skill, or making a difference in your community, it shows that you're driven and independent. For instance, a woman who's studying to earn a degree, building a business, or excelling in her profession sends a clear message. She's focused, determined, and committed to her own growth. Men admire this because it shows you have a life beyond the relationship and it inspires them to pursue their own goals. Having personal ambitions also means you don't rely solely on your partner for fulfillment. Instead, you bring a rich and dynamic energy to the relationship. For example, if you're passionate about a creative hobby like photography or volunteering for a cause, it not only gives you joy but also showcases your individuality. Men respect women who have diverse interests because it keeps the relationship exciting and encourages mutual growth. It's not just about professional or financial success. Pursuing personal growth matters too. Whether you're learning a new language, training for a marathon, or improving your mental health, striving for self-improvement shows resilience and a commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. Men respect women who don't give up on their dreams, even in the face of obstacles. Your perseverance and dedication to achieving your goals inspire admiration and set a powerful example of what it means to live with purpose and passion. 8. Be independent. Independence is a trait that commands respect. Men admire women who can stand on their own and thrive without being overly reliant on anyone else. Independence doesn't mean you don't value relationships. It means you're confident in your ability to navigate life on your own terms. For example, an independent woman has her own career, hobbies, and social circle. She doesn't wait for someone else to make her happy. Instead, she creates her own joy. Imagine a woman who plans her weekends with friends, takes solo trips, or pursues a passion like photography or writing. This shows she's self-sufficient and values her own growth. Independence is also about being emotionally strong. It means you're capable of handling challenges and making decisions without needing constant reassurance. For instance, if a man sees that you can take charge of a tough situation, like resolving a work issue or managing a personal setback, it demonstrates resilience. Men respect this because it shows you're not afraid to face life head-on. Financial independence is another key aspect. A woman who earns her own money and manages her finances responsibly shows she's in control of her life. It's not about who earns more in a relationship. It's about showing that you're capable of taking care of yourself. Independence fosters mutual respect in relationships. When you have your own life, it encourages your partner to maintain their individuality too. Together, you create a healthy, balanced partnership where both people grow as individuals and as a couple. Men deeply admire women who embody this balance because it reflects confidence and self-assurance. 9. Keep your word. Reliability and consistency are the foundations of trust, and men deeply respect women who keep their word. When you say you'll do something and follow through, it shows integrity, responsibility, and respect for others' time and expectations. For instance, imagine you've promised a friend or partner to help them with a task or attend an important event. Following through on your promise, even if it's inconvenient, demonstrates that your word is meaningful. Men respect this because it signals that you're dependable and can be trusted in both small and significant matters. Keeping your word also applies to being honest about your feelings and intentions. If you're upfront about your needs, goals, or concerns, it eliminates misunderstandings and sets a foundation of transparency. For example, if you're not ready for a serious relationship, being honest about it shows maturity and respect for the other person's time and emotions. On the flip side, failing to keep promises or frequently changing your stance can lead to frustration and erode trust. Men respect women who are consistent in their actions and words because it creates a sense of stability and predictability, key components of any healthy relationship. Consistency also extends to how you treat others. If you're kind and considerate one day but dismissive or unreliable the next, it can send mixed signals. Men admire women who maintain their principles and treat people with respect regardless of circumstances. By keeping your word, you show that you value integrity and understand the importance of trust in building meaningful connections. It's a simple yet profound way to earn and maintain respect in all areas of life. 10. Handle conflict gracefully. How you handle conflict speaks volumes about your character, and men deeply respect women who approach disagreements with grace and maturity. Conflict is inevitable in any relationship, but it's not about avoiding it. It's about resolving it in a way that strengthens the bond rather than damaging it. For example, Imagine a situation where you and your partner have differing opinions about an important decision. Instead of reacting with anger, blame, or defensiveness, handling it gracefully means staying calm, expressing your perspective clearly, and listening to theirs with an open mind. Saying something like, "I understand where you're coming from, but here's how I see it. Let's find a middle ground," shows that you value the relationship more than being right. Graceful conflict resolution also involves controlling your emotions. It's normal to feel upset during disagreements, but lashing out or resorting to insults only escalates the issue. Men respect women who can manage their emotions during tense moments because it reflects emotional intelligence and self-control. Taking a moment to breathe, stepping away if necessary, and coming back to the conversation when you're calm demonstrates maturity. Another key aspect is avoiding the habit of bringing up past conflicts to score points. Graceful women focus on the issue at hand rather than rehashing old arguments. This approach shows that you're solution-oriented and genuinely invested in improving the relationship. It's also important to know when to apologize. Admitting when you're wrong and taking responsibility for your mistakes doesn't make you weak. It makes you strong and self-aware. Men respect women who can own up to their actions because it builds trust and shows a commitment to growth. Finally, handling conflict gracefully means knowing when to walk away. Not every argument is worth engaging in, especially if it's fueled by minor misunderstandings or temporary frustrations. Men admire women who can choose their battles wisely and prioritize peace over unnecessary conflict. By addressing disagreements with patience, respect, and empathy, you not only resolve issues effectively but also earn the lasting respect of those around you. In relationships, respect is earned through actions, principles, and how you carry yourself. By practicing these 10 traits, confidence, setting boundaries, self-respect, effective communication, authenticity, empathy, independence, reliability, goal pursuit, and handling conflict gracefully, you naturally command respect not just from men but from everyone around you. Remember, the foundation of respect lies in how you treat yourself first. When you embody these qualities, you don't just attract respect. You inspire others to rise to the same standard. Let us know in the comments which of these rules resonate with you the most. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insights on personal growth and relationships.